Beloved cosmic familia, we are on a growth agenda. And we are being challenged to dare to be different. Hello and welcome back. This is Sisters of the Violet Flame, Soul Sisters of the Violet Flame, coming to you with another message, conversation with the cards. But first, we pray. Dearest source of all that is, was, and will ever be, I thank you today and each and every day for all that you do and all that you do through me. I call upon you at this time to guide me in summoning the Ascended Masters, prophets, prophetesses of the highest white light, and the angels of the highest white light for protection, guidance, and clear, concise communication at this time. Please give us the courage and strength necessary for us to face all the challenges that are before us right now. Wrap us in your mighty wings and protect us from harsh, negative energies. Thank you for always being there for us. So it is, so it is, so it is. We're first going to go into Wisdom of the Hidden Realms to get on this discussion, to get back into the vortex of the growth agenda. From Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, what is it that we as the collective can be doing to contribute to the growth agenda? When I was young, I loved to just walk and walk and walk and walk and walk for hours. I would just grab some water and a snack that could fit in my pocket and just go for a walk. One day, I was in a small town and I ventured into, because I was a very curious person, still am to a degree. Sometimes that curiosity got me caught up, but more often than not, it didn't. I went inside of this bright blue building. Little did I know, it was a Grand Lodge. During this encounter, I ran into a man who was clearly a member, but he didn't introduce himself by name. He also didn't try to run me out either. But he did ask why I was there, and I said, I'm not exactly sure. For some reason, as I was taking my walk, I was drawn to this place. It was as though something was calling me here. Something to do with my maturation. All he had to say in response to that was, if we aren't growing, we're dying. And for the first time in years, I heard that worded a little bit differently today. And it sparked a memory. And it took me back to a time where instead of choosing fear, I chose to be brave and walk up into this building, and it changed my life forever. I still had to face challenges, and I still had to deal with struggles. But my perspective and view on where I was in that time in my life definitely shifted. And that man shook my hand right before I left. That's all he said, is we're either growing or we're dying. And then he offered to shake my hand. And so, without fear, I felt that trust was there, and I shook the man's hand. And when I did, I felt this immense warmth come from him, and it passed through my entire body. The building I entered was about the color of that shelf behind me, maybe a little bit lighter in color. And I was always taught that certain energies and entities steer clear. It's as though they believe that this color is another part of the sky. So they either avoid it or they take a bit of a detour. For the same reason, it's a common place in the South United States to paint your porch ceilings blue, as it is said to create confusion for those energies and entities we do not want occupying our space, because they would hinder our growth. And that, as well as the lesson from that man, has stuck with me for years. Unshakable. One of the very few things about my perspective that haven't changed. And as a result, the quote-unquote karmics in my life no longer had access the way that they did before. Because I even felt like I knew and how to discern who to stay away from after that experience. It was almost like with that handshake was some kind of initiation, a protective initiation. So, I was inspired to continue to grow, no matter what challenges and adversities, and even karmic relationships I still had to face in order to integrate these lessons. So we're now going to go into the cards and we're going to discuss what more we can integrate to promote this growth agenda. Here we go. One passed, that one poked out. We have two more. Alright, I'm feeling guided to stop there. At the bottom of the deck, before I go over what is on the table, we have the Shadow Queen coming out for a second time. This card came out yesterday. And I had mentioned that what stood out to me more than anything else in this card was acquiring knowledge. And if you are on the growth agenda, one of the many assignments is to never stop learning. That's what we are here for, is to learn and integrate and work out those soul contracts and karmic agreements that we made before we even made landfall. When we agreed to take on the weight of our ancestors. Acquiring knowledge. And the number 16. So we're going to go back into this number. Because with it repeating, the message I'm getting is that there is significance to this number. And this time, we're going to double it for the meaning of 16 in repetition. 1616. According to some, the angel number 1616 is a reminder to maintain a positive outlook on life and that we can achieve our goals through our mindset. It can also mean that we have inner strength and the ability to overcome challenges. It represents independence and leadership. In numerology, 1616 represents independence and the ability to take charge of your own life. Our angels want us to embrace our leadership qualities and have confidence in our abilities to create a successful future for ourselves. Let's get into the rest of the cards now. I'm going to just place them here and go right from the top. Ooh, out comes the winged wise ones for a second time this week as well. And the number 34. It's as though I understood during that encounter that I had an army of angels. We have an entire infantry of angelic help and miraculous aid. No matter the time or the day. So let's look at the number 3434 in repetition as well. It means that change and transformation are on the horizon. This is our sign to take risks to achieve our goals and follow our path. 3434 is also a sign that we are in for a spiritual awakening that will help us gain clarity about who we are and what we want for our life as well as our career. I'm feeling guided to actually read from this card. So give me just a moment as I find it in the guidebook. But right off the jump, I shared what I was supposed to share intuitively. The importance of acquiring knowledge and the understanding that we are never alone. 1414 on the timer as I said that. We will be looking into that number in just a moment. Let's look into the winged wise ones. Of course, my device is buffering, so it's going to slow things down a bit. I apologize in advance. This could be something I'm not supposed to be saying, according to some other energy. So on that note, I'm feeling guided to light some palo. So that's what I'm going to do. So here we go. Making another pass with the palo to clear any negative voltage from this space, as well as cleansing myself and your energy. Palo is also good for assisting in communicating with clear and concise communication. Alright, I'm just going to pop this window open a little bit. And here we go. Back to the winged wise ones. I'm just going to share a summary of this card. Always allies and never challengers. The winged wise ones represent the aid of all the angels. When we enter their realm, know that our sincere prayers will be answered according to the will of the divine. And nothing trumps the will of the divine. Nothing. Alright, we're going to go into the next card, the Swan Queen. Transformation, intuition, and patience in the number 13. Some would say this is a lucky number. Others would say it is a not so lucky number. I'm more for the former. We're being guided to hone in on our abilities, harness our intuitions, so that we can make better discernment during our transformation process. And this is not something that is going to occur overnight. So we're also being guided to be patient. Trust in this angelic aid, as well as the protection and aid of the Most High. Two out of three of these cards have white birds. And the Shadow Queen does not, but she's holding this light. She harnessed this light. So what I'm getting here is the commonality between the light she's holding and these birds and these other two images, because we have the dove here, and then we have the swans. All of it is representing angelic aid. It's just that this angelic aid looks a little bit different than this angelic aid. And that angelic aid also looks a little bit different than this angelic aid. But nothing changes the fact that all of it is angelic aid. Let's talk about the number 13 in repetition this time. Embrace change. The universe is reminding us to be open to change and trust our intuition. Strive to find balance in all aspects of our lives. Pay attention to the signs. The universe is guiding us towards our highest good through signs and synchronicities. Be an artist, regardless of the slanderers claiming artistry to be BS. It's time to allow our artistic expression to flow. Remember, we're speaking on the growth agenda here. And we're not on board with allowing others to get in the way of our growth. And neither are our angels, as they are present always, even without the physical indication. Be an empath. We may have a high level of emotional intelligence and may go out of our way to meet the needs of others. It's time to put our goals and passions first, even if it means separating ourselves from them and making time for ourselves. These angels are pointing out that our dreams are about to come true. Next up, we have the Sun Dancers, joyful activities, celebration of life and abundance, as well as the number 32. We are in the year of abundance. So we're being guided to celebrate life a bit more and choose joy. Which is not an easy task during times of struggle. You know, there was a time when slaves and criminals were placed on a pillar without any resources to maintain their health. And they had to balance on that pillar for either a set allotted amount of time or until they perish. Notice that in this image, she has risen above the pillar. So we're being guided to rise above that slave mindset, feeling as though we're all nothing but a bunch of slaves, like this is a slave planet. Even if there was 1% truth to that, we didn't come here to own up to that. We came here not to escape it, but to raise the frequency, vibration, energy, and consciousness of ourselves and this planet to conquer that agenda as well as that mentality. I don't feel as though I need to read any further with that card. Not even the number. But the number 32 may be significant to some of you. You may be 32. You may know someone who is 32. You may be coming up on your 32nd birthday or your 32nd anniversary. But that is all I'm feeling guided to share from this card. Choose joy. Create joy. And rise above that slave agenda and mentality. Behind that, interestingly enough, we have the Desert Prince. This one has also been coming out a lot. It states survival and false promises. But that's not what this card is about. So, let's get into the Desert Prince. As I am feeling guided to read from the guidebook about this character. It brings so much more depth. The Desert Prince stands ready to assist us. Strong, capable. The moon and the pyramid behind him indicate that he is familiar with the mysteries. The lion and the bird sit close to him and show affection, meaning he has a connection to the animals. He is a master of desert survival, and he is here for us. Although it may feel like we're going to perish in the heat and emptiness of this difficult time, he has our back. We're going to make it safely through the desert because he's going to make sure that we do. This clarifies the Swan Queen and honing in on our intuitions. As we're being guided to trust them yet again with this card and continue to seek our highest good. So this card is synchronizing rather well with the message of the growth agenda. We either grow or we die. This is letting us know that we are not going to perish today or anytime soon. We are on the growth agenda. So continue to seek your highest good. Be strong and take courage. No matter what you're going through, remember, it will end. We will come out on the other side amazed at how perfect everything has worked out for us. And may we remember that all lives have difficulty, times of difficulty. Remember to be thankful for our struggles, because they are the catalyst to our growth. May we trust that a time of peace, safety, and prosperity is in our future. We have been guided, and we were born to do this. We were born to offer love and peace to ourselves and those around us. So we have the sun dancers on the table, and now we have the spiral dancers on the table. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's giving me vortex vibes. Circuitous routes. It's the summary of all of our lives. The spiral. As well as our perception. And the significance of the number 5. And I'm feeling guided to also share the meaning of the number 5 in repetition of 3. A sign from the universe that a significant shift is about to happen in our lives. Embrace the opportunities that come with these changes. Reflect on our relationships and career and step out of our comfort zone. Interestingly enough, it also represents personal growth. We're being guided to have faith in our ability to navigate and embrace the transformative power of change. If you're feeling a bit restless, that is the angels telling you to get your behind to work. 3333 on the timer as I said that. The final card we have is the High Lord of gratitude and service, selflessness, humility, and conscious action. This is literally a major portion of our mission. To transform, transmute, and transcend. Our old selves. And shake hands with our higher selves. No more tug of war. No more tug of war. 3434 on the timer. No more tug of war between our current selves and our higher selves. Embrace change. Strive to find balance in all aspects of our lives. Pay attention to the signs because the universe is guiding us towards our highest good through signs and synchronicities. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service is about giving back and being at service while also doing what we love to do. Allow me to repeat that. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service has arrived to assist us, to help us find our true purpose, feeling gratitude for each moment of our experience. Every breath we take holds deep and profound awareness. Through small acts, beloveds, selfless acts, we are automatically placed on our higher path. We are being told that we're on the correct path. Our actions and our attitude of gratitude is going to return and reward these energies like that spiral. That selflessness and that gratitude will return to us tenfold, adding zeros, 1,000-fold, 1,000,000-fold. Especially when we just do for others, when we're prompted to do, we know when we're being prompted to do something for someone else, and when we just act on it without thinking about it, putting too much thought into it, over analyzing it, should I or shouldn't I actually went through an experience like that recently. And I'm not going to share in detail because that's not who I am. But I said yes without even thinking about it. And although that yes has led to a temporary disappointment, I have faith that the service of giving with no thought of return is going to yield riches beyond our wildest dreams. We're being guided from time to time to form a gratitude list. Reminding ourselves of all the things in our lives and the world around us that we have to be grateful for. Let gratitude be our guide. Be thankful for all we have learned and all we have. Make the most of it. And all the encounters that we have along the way, including that man who shook my hand that day when I walked into that Mason Lodge. They're all teachers. Sometimes friends, sometimes not so friendly. But all of them are teachers. On our soul's journey. The attitude of gratitude is a magnet for true love in all forms. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I hope these messages find you well, and brightest blessings, beloveds.